Hello and a warm welcome back to our series of meditations here live on Facebook with myself, Ashok Gupta. And this is part of the Coronavirus Challenge. So those of you who are new to this, the Coronavirus Challenge is a 10-day challenge to boost our own immune systems. So you can go to our website, www.thecoronaviruschallenge.com. And on there, you will find lots of videos, lots of meditations, lots of exercises that can boost our own immune system. And if we think about it, what could be more important right now than doing what we can to support those stretched healthcare services? So when we boost our own immune system through all these various tools and techniques based on 20 years of our research here at the Gupta program, that means that we're less likely to get the condition, get the virus, less likely to pass it on to others, and also likely to have it for a shorter period of time. So I really encourage you all to take the Coronavirus Challenge. It's a wonderful set of content there that you'll find, and we're already getting, thank you so much for all of your feedback on it as well. That's always been great to hear at the clinic. And I'd love for you to tell your friends and family and spread it around the internet. Now today, we're going to be doing the compassion meditation. And a lot of you have been obviously experiencing various emotions, such as anxiety. Certain people have been experiencing anger, some depression or sadness, some grief. We're all going through different emotions and handling this situation in different ways. Now, when we go through emotions like this, when we go through a period of turmoil, it's important that we are compassionate with ourselves. It can be very easy to dismiss our emotions and think, oh, I shouldn't be feeling like this, or, what's wrong with me? Surely I should be stronger than this, or a sign of weakness. Absolutely not. Our emotions are here to help us through this particular period of time by alerting us to how we're feeling. So we can't ignore those emotions. Instead, we can validate them and move through them. And this is where compassion fits in. So compassion is something that we first start on ourselves. Self-compassion. Everything starts from a place of self-compassion. Because if we're not loving and compassionate towards ourselves, how can we be loving and compassionate to others around us? It doesn't make sense. Yeah? Or certainly, how can we be compassionate to others from a genuine space? So understanding what self-compassion is and going through that process is incredibly important, and that's what we will do today as well. And sometimes we can think, oh, I should be being more productive now that I'm at home, or there are more things that I should be doing. And all of this, once again, is a pressure on ourselves. Now, of course, if you are spending a lot more time at home, which most of you are, and you do have opportunities, then yes, this is a time for growth, a time for rejuvenation, a time to go inwards. And they do say, if you can't go outside, go inside. This is an opportunity for that. And for those of you who want to take a journey of growth over the coming weeks, then I highly recommend our free not-for-profit app called the Meaning of Life Experiment. There you'll find lots of videos and meditations. It's a whole self-development journey. It's available on App Store or Play Store, and you simply type in Meaning of Life Experiment, and then you'll find information about it. It's one of the highest rated meditation apps on App Store and Play Store. So I hope you'll get an opportunity to take the Meaning of Life Experiment. So that is something that can expand us during this period of time. But at the same time, if you're finding it difficult to deal with a situation, then that's okay. We don't need to put pressure on ourselves. We can simply just be, and be centered and calm, and just observe what's going on in our minds and what's going on around us. In fact, this coming Thursday, we'll be doing a Facebook Live on how we can use this time as an opportunity for growth. So we'll be sending you more information about that. We'll put it on our social media. So this coming Thursday, instead of our regular meditation at 5 o'clock, instead at 5 o'clock on Thursday, which I believe is the 9th of April, we'll be doing a special Facebook Live on how can we grow and expand during this period of time. How can we take that journey? Good, so let's get into our meditation today. So as I said, we'll be starting off with understanding how we can be compassionate towards ourselves and compassionate towards our dear beloved minds. And in fact, many of you will remember we brought in a friend of ours, Mike the monkey, which represents this anxious part of ourselves that is watching the news 24 hours a day and is kind of indulging in social media and all the posts about all the negativities that we're reading about. And it becomes slightly obsessive by this part, who's anxious, who's worried. And we, with self-compassion, can begin to calm this part of ourselves down and begin to understand that as bad as this part of us makes it feel, we mustn't get bogged down by this, but instead have a different perspective on what's going on and expand ourselves. See the positives in the situation. Understand that those negativities that we're indulging in aren't quite true for us. So that's what we'll be doing. And then the second step of compassion is to then be compassionate towards those around us. Those people who are suffering. And of course, there may be people in our own countries who are suffering in terms of having the condition, those who are in ICU units, intensive care units, but also those around the world who are less fortunate than us, who are going to have a very difficult time dealing with this. And that's, for instance, people in refugee camps and in slums where they don't have access even to basic things like clean drinking water, never mind medical support and help in getting through this. So we're going to look at how we can expand ourselves and send out those positive vibrations. And when we do that, we engender more compassion within ourselves for ourselves, but also those around us in our immediate family and the world at large. So before we start, as I've always mentioned before, if we can get you to share this on your social media feed, so perhaps you can share this on your Facebook timeline, your Instagram, or wherever you can post this particular live event, please do that now. And any groups that you're members of, people who you think could benefit from this meditation, please do share it on your socials now. Well, it's wonderful once again to be here with you, and we'll be doing this Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday as well. And then on Thursday, we'll be talking about how we can grow from this. So if you're sitting comfortably, just making sure that your phones are switched off, that you won't be interrupted, then we can begin our meditation. So let's just close our eyes. And let's take a slow, deep breath in. And breathe out. And let's take another slow, deep breath in. And let go. As we just settle, we can agree to just keep our eyes closed for the remainder of today's session. And we can just become aware of what sensations we notice in our bodies right now. Observing the sensations in our body without judgment, like a curious observer. Just take another slow, deep breath in. And let go. let's imagine a golden light that represents love and compassion. And let's imagine that that light might be golden, or can be whatever colour feels right to you. That golden light is hovering above our heads, and that golden light seems to enter through the top of our heads, that sparkling, vibrant energy representing love and compassion. Very slowly and gently pours through the top of our heads, entering the cells and the muscles of our body. Imagine it coming into your head, and the muscles of your head just relaxing. And the muscles of your face, give them a wiggle, loosening and relaxing the muscles of your face. And that same loving, compassionate energy engulfing your throat region and your mouth with healing and love. Loving, compassionate energy to come down through our shoulders, down to the tips of your fingers. And if you can't imagine it, you can just become aware of those parts of your body. Become aware of your heart as that loving energy pours into your heart. Then down into your stomach, your solar plexus. Just become aware of your belly button as that loving energy continues to pour into the top of your head, filling your body with this beautiful energy, with a smile. Loving energy goes into your belly and your hips. Energy travels down your legs, down to your knees. Then further down your legs to the tips of your toes. More of that energy to pour into the top of your head, gently spreading through your whole body. Take a slow, deep breath in. And breathe out slowly through the nose. Become aware of your own child or a niece or nephew, or perhaps another child that you know. And imagine that child is upset or afraid. What feelings of compassion come up within you when you see that child upset? Become aware of those feelings of love and compassion in your heart. Now imagine the part of you that is afraid or anxious or worried or sad about the current situation. And imagine they are in front of you. Perhaps they look like a worried version of you. Or perhaps they look like an inner child. Feel those same feelings of self-compassion. The compassion you felt for that child. Feel that compassion for yourself. Just like a mother or father feels compassionate love for their child. What loving messages would you like to give to this worried part of you that perhaps is worried about the current situation? What compassionate, loving messages do you choose to give yourself to help yourself feel better? You can say those to the worried part of you in your own mind. Those might be messages such as, "We are safe." "This too will pass." And whatever happens, we have the strength to handle the situations. And imagine giving that worried part of you a big virtual hug. Soothing and calming your dear beloved mind with compassion. Take a slow, deep breath in. And breathe out with a gentle smile. Let's become aware of those people in our local area or around the world who might be suffering right now. They might be healthcare workers who are stretched. Be those in poverty who are finding it difficult to earn money to live. Or those in refugee camps. Or the elderly who might be feeling isolated, alone and afraid. Whomever you connect with, imagine that you are filled with that love and compassion. You can send those best wishes and positive vibrations and compassion to those less fortunate in this situation. Imagine each breath you breathe in, more of that loving, compassionate energy enters through the top of your head. And as you breathe out, your heart opens, and that loving, compassionate energy is transmitted to those in need right now. So let's take a slow, deep breath in and imagine the energy pouring into us even more. And with a smile as we breathe out, our heart opens and we transmit that compassion to those in need, sending positive vibrations around the planet. And let's continue this process for a few minutes of breathing in and breathing out and sending out compassion. May those who are suffering experience some peace. May those who are in poverty right now receive help and support. May those who are isolated and alone receive solace and comfort. Let's thank ourselves and the people around us for joining together, meditating together. And let's take a slow, deep breath in. And breathe out. Coming back here into the room and taking another slow, deep breath in. And breathing out with a smile. And when you feel comfortable, when you feel ready, you can just gently open your eyes. Good, welcome back. So tomorrow we will be doing an inner peace meditation. How can we allow our minds to experience an even deeper level of peace during this coronavirus pandemic? So we'll be talking about that tomorrow at the same time, 5 o'clock UK time. And once again, please do share this meditation on your social media so other people can experience it as well. Through your sharing, we've had well over 4,000 people who watched the first meditation on how to overcome anxieties. It's all down to you guys for spreading this on your social media. And as we said, this coming Thursday the 9th at 5 o'clock, we'll be doing a special Facebook Live looking at how we can use this opportunity for self-growth, for our spiritual journey, and what that can look like, and what the deeper reasons are for some of what we're experiencing on this planet right now. So it's a conversation not to be missed, so I hope you'll join me on Thursday. So I hope to look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 5 o'clock UK time, 12 o'clock Eastern, here live on the same page. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you and goodbye.